HTTV in association with Absolute Warehouse Services. Pritch, thank you for joining us in what is unusual, obviously, for us to do an interview like this. In this difficult situation, how are you doing? How have you been keeping?
Yeah, I've been okay. Obviously, I've got myself a bike. I've got fields around here, so me and the missus have been out on runs and stuff like that. So keeping the strength up and keeping sharp. So when it all blows over, we can get back to business.
It's really important in situations like these when you're at home for the majority of the day that you keep your mind and your body active. What have you been doing in terms of that?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have a good garden, so I'm out there in the garden and stuff like that, which is a hobby that I like to do. Also, there's not much else you can do. A bit of PlayStation, a bit of FIFA, a bit of Call of Duty with some friends. And obviously the fitness side of it, which is bike, running, strength work and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. There's not much else you can do.
In terms of the gardening, we've been talking this week and you've just been gardening constantly.
Yeah.
How did you just get into that? What's so great about gardening?
I don't know. I just think when I got my place back home, there was a lot that needed to be done and it just went from there really. So a little bit turned into a lot more. And whenever I get time to come back home, I seem to get out there and get it going.
Yeah, what have you been doing in the garden so far?
Digging up trees, planting more trees, relaying turf, and God knows what else. Yeah, so loads of stuff.
You'll be ready for the Chelsea Garden Show in May?
I'm hopeful, but I'll probably go back and help Rob out on the training pitches when I'm back as well.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that. in terms of the work as well, you mentioned the fitness stuff, the strength work you've been doing at home. Have you been given something by the club to follow with that? How's that been going?
Yeah, well, I'm in dialogue with John Iger, the first team guy there, and he rings me every other day and tells me what I have to do. I tell him to give me a text message because I forget it by the time we get off the phone. So yeah, he texts me through what I've got to do, and we've got our heart rate belts here, so you can't really get away with not doing anything. So we do that, and like I said, I've got my bike, so I'm on the bike either in the morning or in the afternoon, and then when I'm not on the bike, I'm out running. So it's been okay so far.
Yeah, and obviously in this moment in time, football isn't at the forefront of everyone's minds, but obviously for you just got back to fitness, you just started to get some games under your belt, and then this unfortunately has happened. For you, do you see this period as a big one just to continue regaining your fitness so you're ready when football or if football does return?
Yeah, for sure. I was in a really good place. I was probably at my fittest as I ever been at probably even this season, if you can say that. At the start, it was difficult, obviously injuries and stuff like that, but I've seemed to have got over them now, and I see light at the end of the tunnel. I was in quite a bad place with injuries. I didn't see myself getting over certain things, and now it's started to get a lot better. And then obviously this has happened, so there's no point of dwelling on it. I need to keep up the fitness, keep getting stronger, so when I do get back, or if it does get back, then I am ready to go straight away.
Yeah, and have you spoke to many of the other lads? What are they getting up to?
Yeah, I think everyone's in the same boat. I think the whole world is really, especially here, we're like the boys are doing pretty much the same as me, probably. A lot of them are online from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 9 o'clock at night on the PlayStation. So yeah, there's not much going on.
You need to teach them a bit of gardening, get them out.
Yeah, well, you can't really teach that thing.
Just magic.
It just happens. You've either got it or you haven't.
and obviously for supporters as well, it's a very difficult time. Football, again, aside, obviously with the lockdown situation, you're only allowed out once a day for shopping or for physical activity. Yeah. What would your message be to them? Because we've been pushing it quite hard as a club to stay in, stay safe. What's your message?
I think the main thing is just abide by the rules. If you stay inside, we'll be out quicker than if we don't. If we go out and don't do what they say, then we'll struggle to get out of the house. So I think you keep to the rules, we'll be out quicker than what we think.
Yeah, and no gardening tips?
Um, mm, no, I can't let the secrets out, I don't think.
Fantastic, Pritch. Thank you for catching up with us and speaking to us. And fingers crossed when this all does end, we'll be back on the training pitch shortly.